Welcome to the Superconscious Success Podcast, where Jen and her Superconscious Success family co-hosts bring you valuable content each and every week on topics relating to manifestation, spirituality, and most of all, using your superconscious to manifest success in all areas of your life. Now on to today's episode.
Hey there, Superconscious Success fam. Welcome back to another podcast episode. In today's podcast episode, we're going to be talking about the three powers. That would be the power of contrast, the power of forgiveness, and the power of gratitude. So we're going to start off with the power of contrast. So sometimes in life, events may happen which displease you. You may start to question why it's happening to you, and you'll likely start to believe that the law of attraction is actually not working. However, what you need to remember is that these events, also known as contrast, happen so that you may learn a lesson that helps you to grow as a person. Because our job here on this planet is to grow and to expand and to learn as we go through our journey. Now, as you grow and you expand your consciousness, you can manifest something that is even greater than what you have now. You may think that you're able to control everything that happens to you by utilizing the law of attraction. And although you may see yourself getting the perfect job, the perfect relationship, the incredible abundance that you desire, you need to understand you don't have control over how it happens or when it's going to happen. Your higher self knows the perfect timing to make it happen. And if you put faith in your superconscious, it will manifest it in divine timing. Now, in order to get what it is that you desire, you may need to first go through experiences that may seem negative and possibly even painful. This contrast is necessary to help us to grow as humans and also to manifest our greatest desires. Now, let me go through a couple of examples that might make it a little bit clearer for you. Let's say that you're working in a 9-to-5 job that you really don't enjoy. I mean, how many of us are doing that? This 9-to-5 job makes you miserable. You don't like the people around you. You don't like what you're doing. You're miserable. And therefore, it lowers your vibration. You constantly focus on, I don't like this job, I don't like these people, I wish I wasn't here, etc., etc. The universe hears this and suddenly you are sacked. You're left without a job, but you have a family to support. You think that this is the worst thing in the world. However, the universe only gave you what you asked for. And you said you wish that you weren't there, so now you aren't. Now it's time to use this period of contrast to figure out what it is that you really want. Now that you're not in this job, you're open to manifesting positions that you might actually really like to be in. So now you start to work on your wish list as to what it is that you're wanting in your new job or the success you want to achieve as an entrepreneur. You make it really specific and you finally have realized what your dream desires are. All of a sudden, your heightened vibrations find you your dream job. So as you can see, lowered vibrations will see lowered results, high vibrations, high results. Okay, let's go on to example number 2, where we talk about relationships. Let's say you're in a relationship that's based on dishonesty, trust, and abuse, but you're frightened to leave because you have 2 kids. You keep telling yourself that you wish you would just leave or wish you'd get the courage to leave. Because you're constantly focused on these thoughts, the universe hears it and says, okay, he's going to leave. Suddenly he packs up his bags and he walks out on you. You're petrified because you are left by yourself with 2 kids and no job. Now that he's left, you can pull it out to the universe about the mate that you really do want. Be very clear on all the attributes you're looking for and send out the positive vibrations and your ideal mate will turn up. Without this contrast, the opportunity wouldn't have opened up for you to really manifest your ideal mate. Be very clear on every element of your manifestation, because otherwise the universe can bring you something a little different to what you expected. You remember, I think I spoke about earlier, not in this podcast episode, but earlier in another one, about a friend of mine who said that they did this and they put everything out into the universe and they found the perfect person according to her list, except there was one problem with it, and that was that he was married. And so make sure that you're really clear as to everything that you're looking for. So I suppose the question on your mind right now is contrast a good thing then? Well, yes, contrast is a very good thing because when it happens, it allows you to reassess the request that you sent to the universe and then allows you to alter your script as required. It allows you to reassess exactly what it is you do want because you need to remember the universe acts based on emotions, feelings, and vibrations. So if you're sending out the vibrations to the universe, to be rich, to be in a great relationship, etc., the universe will take the action steps required to make that happen. When you know what you don't want, then it is much easier to know what you do want. Use these times to appreciate the lesson and know that good is just around the corner. Focus on remaining in the positive state and the high vibration so that the contrast is minimal and so that you can manifest what it is that you desire. It's important to understand that contrast makes us understand what we don't want and therefore helps us to figure out exactly what it is that we do want. Now, using the previous examples that I just gave, the contrast would make you realize that you didn't want another job like that one and you didn't want another relationship like you just had. So that there is the power of contrast. Now let's go on to the power of forgiveness. If you've tried everything else and you're still finding that you're not manifesting the wealth that you desire or the health or the happiness, you must look at the area of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a very high vibrational frequency that will allow you to match up with the frequency of wealth. If you're like many, you may believe that forgiveness means accepting what somebody did and saying that it was okay. You may believe that it's saying that they deserve to be let off the hook. However, this is simply not the case. Forgiveness is not about the other person. It is about you. It is about letting the other person know that they do not have the power over you and that you are letting go of the hurt and anger that you have been experiencing. It's about letting them know that although you don't condone what they have done, they are human and they also make mistakes. By doing so, you can let go and you can move on without these ill feelings. Remember that the person that you are forgiving knows what they've done and they must deal with their own emotions surrounding it. You need to focus on how you allow the situation to affect you. You can either hold on to it for the rest of your life or you can let it go, learn from it and move on to create the best life that you possibly can. Holding on to the anger, resentment and other negative emotions simply takes up way too much energy and too much space in your heart and leaves a lot less room for positive emotions like joy, excitement and fulfillment. It also produces such a low vibration that it will actually put a halt to your manifestation potential. However, you've got to remember, forgiveness doesn't just happen to other people. It's not just related to those that have hurt you or done wrong by you, but it also relates to how you feel about yourself. We're all human and we all make mistakes. So even if you experience some contrast, try not to be too hard on yourself about it. So we've all been through situations where we have had to forgive others, and it's really important for you to determine exactly what the situation is and take it in your heart to forgive those that have hurt you. Okay, but not only those that have hurt you, learn to forgive yourself. Are you a parent? Do you sometimes blame yourself for how your kids have turned out or for not being strict enough on them? Do you feel like if you're a better mother or a better father, they would have turned out better? If so, you wouldn't be the first. I'm incredibly blessed because I am a mother of two amazing teenagers who have both at times in their life brought me incredible joy and some discomfort. They provide a serious contrast in my life while at the same time make me smile and feel grateful for all that I have. Isn't it funny that being a parent can have so many ups and so many downs, but it's certainly the one job that truly shows you how to deal with contrast. Anyway, I digress a little bit. If your answer to the question I just asked is yes, it's likely that you are having a hard time forgiving yourself for not being perfect. I don't know about you, but when I had kids, I was never given an instruction manual on how to raise them. I was never told what I should and shouldn't do and what the correct discipline was to allow them to reach their full potential. I just did the best job I could, and thankfully they're both pretty good kids, although they do have their contrast moments as they are now in teenage years. Now, it's really time for you to stop blaming yourself for the success of your kids and the choices that they make in their lives. Stop being so hard on yourself for being human and forgive yourself for any mistakes that you have made, because forgiving yourself and loving yourself is an important step when it comes to moving on and manifesting your dream life. So how do you learn to forgive? there are many different ways you can learn to forgive, and I've actually got the Super Conscious Success Summit, which is coming up in March this year. And go to superconscioussuccesssummit.com and check it out, because I have an amazing talk where a lady speaks on the topic of forgiveness. And then you also have the ability to attend a VIP workshop where she'll actually take you through the steps required to be able to learn to forgive. So, and believe me, this particular lady had a lot that she needed to forgive throughout her life. So that was the power of forgiveness. And the third power I want to talk about is the power of gratitude. Now, if there was one tool that I believe has incredible capacity to manifest large sums of money, to manifest health, to manifest anything in your life, it is gratitude. Often in life, we forget to appreciate what we do have because we're so focused on what we don't have. However, focusing on what we don't have or what we're lacking is only sending out negative vibrations